Okay, we're talking about how to use GeoGebra with Moodle in order to graph, graph anything that's in the homework assignments. So here we've got two equations that we're going to be graphing. First one is y equals 2x plus 3, and the other one is y equals x squared. We're going to start with the first guy, which is this linear guy, y equals 2x plus 3. Now, you can either use your table that you've made, or you can use your graphing shortcuts for graphing lines. So since I know this is a line, I'm going to grab my point tool. I'm going to plot some of these points out here. First one I'm going to do is at 0. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 3 would give me 3. So I'm going to plot that point right there, and there's that point. Then still with the point tool, I've got the next guy over, just because I want to use easy numbers. 2 times 1 would be 2, plus 3 would give me a 5. So I'm just going to plot that point right there. Now that I've got my points plotted, I know this is going to be a line, so I'm going to connect the points with my line tool. I'm just going to click here and click on that guy, and that gives me that line. So now that I've graphed the line, the idea is that to tell Moodle that we've actually graphed the line and to have it checked. So if I click on the click me to check your answer, it'll say, hey, you got it, congratulations. And the line turns green. That's the what you're really going to be looking for, is the line turning green. And then it'll say, good job right down here. There's going to be an answer code that goes along with that. So that guy is done. And then we're going to move on to the next one that you want. And if I'm just going to click on the next function, which is y equals x squared, I'm going to plot my points. First one is 0 times 0 is 0, 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 2 is all the way up here at the number 4. And similarly over here, I'm going to be plotting negative 1 times negative 1 is 1, and negative 2 times negative 2 gives me a positive 4. Now, in order to create a parabola, we need these 5 points. That way we can tell mathematically the difference between a parabola or a conic section of a different type. So, and you'll learn more about conic sections in algebra too, so you don't have to worry about that word right now. But there's other types out there like an ellipse or, well, other ones, circles are ones too. So I used my conic tool. I clicked on each of the points for my parabola, and it did create this nice U-shaped curve. Now, in order to press any buttons out here, we need the arrow tool in order to press buttons. So I'm going to click on my arrow tool again so that I can check my answer, clicking the button. And there it is. I've got this nice green-looking curve. I did get it correct. It fills in the answer box right down here. So what's important is that now you hit submit, and you'll notice that, okay, these are turned in, and it's correct. 2 out of 2. You got it all correct. Way to go. And that's about all there is to it. The only thing to mention is if you have a graph that gets all messed up, and I'm just going to plot a whole bunch of like goofy looking points out here, get some cool shapes going on, is that if you have anything like this and you don't really feel like having to click on everything and delete them individually, you can press the reset button and it will reset your graph for you. It will not reset your work down here. It will only reset what is on your graph paper. So that's all there is to it. Just make sure that you are looking for your answer codes getting filled in and always hitting that submit button. And if you have any questions, just make sure you ask your teacher.